Hello everybody, welcome to the Firefly Forest. Not named after the fireflies because there aren't any, but because the entire forest is actually on fire. Today we'll be going through the ecosystem before it gets burnt to a crisp. The first step to understanding the Firefly Forest circle of life is to forget everything you already know, because the food chain is already messed up. Before we get into this, I suggest you get a piece of paper and write this down, so then you don't overwhelm yourself with this intense information. Our first species worth talking about is a giant squid species. Yeah, squid, like from Squid Game. These are super unique because they have been extinct for over 30 years. This is because giant squids can't breathe air. Duh. Oh, on that note, unicorns, while not close to invincible, are actually better at football than your high school team and will literally eat them for breakfast. Boom. Roasted. Now, mole rats are another story. They're far more mystical than actual unicorns and would happily eat unicorn stew for their breakfast. But would they eat polar bears? Well, let's answer that question in exactly 2 minutes. For now, all you need to know is that well-dressed mole rats are actually well secure on the 7th lowest spot on the rankings. At least they're doing better than the naked mole rats. Walter White or George Washington? This is one of the questions of all time and has been the one that I've been trying to answer for 35 years. Today I give you the exact answer. There's no foolproof way of telling Walter White is better than George Washington. It's probably because Washington has died from a throat infection, while Walter White has been able to live many years after being diagnosed with lung cancer. And yes, Walter White is very powerful, but he is still unable to withstand the unparalleled mighty strength of the US military. The Great Emu War of 1661, named after the winners of the war, was between white girls named Brittany, and of course, emus. Though not as strong as George Washington himself, these emus had some oomph behind them. During the war, they defeated all the white girls named Brittany and their allies, the well-dressed mole rats, Legos, and Shakespeare. Now with Walter White barely making the top 5, you might be asking yourself, what 3 species could be more powerful than Walter White and the unparalleled strength of the US military? Before we answer that, we have a lightning round. While your high school football team is not low enough on the food chain to be literal garbage, they are easily the weakest breathing species living in this forest. Wait, why are they living in the forest? Shakespeare, while a great writer, is really weak and he doesn't even compare to the emus. He's ranking like 3 under them, I think. Speaking of emus, they cannot compare to the might of the mighty George Washington. Polar bears are stronger than unicorns? I wish I could be a unicorn. Britneys are stronger than Legos because it really hurts. Shakespeare ranks number sideways infinity. This can't be right. Whatever. That brings us to the most powerful species in the forest. Radioactive waste! Yes, radioactive waste is the most powerful. Based on all my calculations, not even God himself could withstand the power of radioactive waste. Okay, love you. Bye!